This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
John's in Boise, Idaho. Hey, John, what's up?
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help?
So my wife and I just paid off our house, and my first instinct was to go ahead and ramp up our retirement contributions and try to max those out as much as possible.
Absolutely.
But then I'm looking back at what we currently have in our retirement accounts, and we got about $623,000 sitting in traditional. And I'm wondering, based on our ages, we're 36 and 38, if it would make more sense, instead of maxing out new Roth contributions, if we should instead maybe try to focus on converting some of those additional traditional retirement contributions to Roth.
Mm-hmm. You ought to do both. You ought to max them out and then start working on converting it to Roth. But I'm not gonna choose between the two. I'm gonna max out first, and then I'm gonna get to the above that. I'm gonna get to it. What's your income?
About 205 household income.
Okay, and you got no payments, and you live in Boise, Idaho, no house payment or anything. So you're not going to be able to do that $600,000 in one fell swoop anyway. You don't have the money.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I mean, we also have some like home upgrades, and wife's vehicle needs to be upgraded.
Okay.
So I'm kind of looking at the extra money beyond maxing out retirement. A lot of that's going to go that direction.
That's fine, but that's not a forever thing. And once the home upgrade's done, the car upgrade's done, then you can start to peck away at it. And 5 years from today, you're going to be making more than 205. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah. So just, you're 30. So take a 7-year plan, and let's get that 600 moved by the time you're 40.
Right.
While maxing out, while upgrading the cars, while doing all of this other. Mm-hmm. You got room.
Right. And then the balance of that traditional at 623 now is going to continue to grow.
Yep.
So it's just going to be more taxes as time goes on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't change it. I'm still going to do, because here's the thing. You've got that under the umbrella. If you stop putting money under the umbrella in order to flip that out, I think that's a bad move. I want you to get it all over into Roth. All mine's over into Roth. I moved it all over. But I paid cash for it above and beyond maxing out everything, and above and beyond being completely debt-free, and above and beyond upgrading cars and fixing the house. And so, you're not going to be able to do it quickly unless your income doubles. But you will be able to do it over a 10-year period, 7-year period, whatever. I mean, you're not going to be 45 asking this question. I can tell you that mathematically.
Okay.
So you'll be fine. You're going to get there. And but yes, I think that is a good strategy to move traditional to a Roth.
At what point? Okay, I'm trying to think through this. I'm thinking of a good question here. So if you're listening to the show and you say, "Oh man, Dave, like I've contributed to a traditional 401k most of my working life. I've got a lot over there." At what point do you go, "This is too much to move," or what's a fair percentage to have in traditional versus Roth? Maybe that's the better question.
In game, I don't want you to have any in it.
Right, but if you've been doing that,
that's okay. I mean, but I wouldn't be continuing traditional. I'd move everything to Roth today, all on fresh contributions. And in game, I want you to move it all out into Roth over a period of time. And here's why. Let's fast forward this 33-year-old to 65.
Sure.
Okay, he's not going to cash all of this out suddenly at retirement anyway.
That's right.
And very likely this guy making $250,000 a year at 33 years old is going to have a bunch of other non-retirement investments, like Dave.
Right.
Okay. I got a bunch of non-retirement investments called real estate and other things, right? Mutual funds that aren't in a retirement plan. So the chances of me actually touching, I'm 64, of ever touching my retirement accounts, it's close to zero.
Yeah.
I will never touch them. So now what are we doing? Well, now we're looking at 72 and a half RMDs, required minimum distributions.
Yeah.
I don't have those because it's Roth.
Yeah.
Inherited IRAs. They are taxable if they're traditional.
That's right.
If they're Roth, they're not.
Ding,
so
ding.
Rachel Cruz and her brother and sister will be getting someday all of our Roth products, no taxes. And guess what? Let's say I live 25 years from today.
That's
64 to 90s, right? Put what's in there right now, all tax-free, all dropped into their name, tax-free. Talk about changing a family tree.
My mind is exploding.
The numbers are astra-freaking-nomical.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I mean, it's cray-cray how big those numbers are.
Ooh,
and that's where this kid's going.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have other investments by the time he gets there. And if he gets all of this into Roth, he's got the inheritance benefit, the no RMD benefit, because you're really probably not going to use that money to live on.
It's very good. This is the blueprint.
Yeah, I mean, because this guy's not looking at a $2 million net worth here.
Yeah,
This guy's looking at a $12 million net worth.
he's going to be very wealthy. Yeah.
Okay, if he stays on this track, because the numbers we're giving him with compound interest is magical, people. This is beautiful. Man, you are a bright guy. John, you got to run these numbers out. It'll blow your freaking mind.